Welcome to Unit 1, the first of several where we begin to identify your uniqueness. We start with who you are. I'd like to ask you to answer some of the most basic questions about yourself, like where were you born and or raised? Were you in a city, small town, rural area, coastal? What's your ethnic, national, or religious background? Are you an only child? Do you have any siblings? What do your parents do? Do you identify as part of any marginalized or underrepresented group? I've posted these questions on the Padlet for this unit. And if you didn't review the tutorial for using Padlet, be sure to watch it before you start this. I've answered all the questions myself to give you an idea of how to answer them. In my case, for example, I was born in the Bahamas to a white mother and a black father. My father was a famous calypso musician. My parents split up when I was young, and my mother and I lived in several places in the States, DC and Virginia, before we moved back to the Bahamas. So I speak with both American and Caribbean accents. As an adult, I've lived in DC, New York City, Los Angeles, and now I live in Palm Springs, and I identify as Black and LGBTQ+. Now, without going any deeper into what I've studied in college or my life experiences, I can tell you that I've been offered books based on some of these most basic things. My first couple of books were set in the Caribbean. I'm asked to audition for books set in DC and New York City all the time, and books about music come my way. I'll give you another example. My friend Laura gets sent a lot of books about science. She's not a nuclear physicist, but her husband is. He works at CERN. The fact that she's around that world and understands its context sets her apart. My friend Christopher's dad was a policeman, a beat cop in New York City. He grew up with a real understanding of that world, and that gives him an authentic relationship to the material based in that world. Now, go to the Padlet for Unit 1 and dig deep and answer the questions I've posted. A final word. You'll learn much about this process is about asking yourself questions. Ignore that voice that says you aren't interesting. We're not looking for interesting, we're looking for unique. There's a difference. So, dig deep and good luck.